Talk TKD. With a mouthful of bagel as well.
Yeah. So we're professional. We're professional at Talk TKD. That's how we like it. Welcome to episode 9, Talk TKD, with special guest, international superstar and all-round legend, Mr David Pixton, 5th degree.
Hello everybody. How do you do? Thank you very much for having me.
That's it. Crowd goes wild.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sure they will when they see that he's on this, because you're a popular man, Mr Pixton.
Thank you.
And highly thought of on the Puma national and international levels, and we've been very lucky to have you guide us through basically our adulthood sparring styles, etc. How old were we when you first started coming down to Yate?
Well, I started coming to Yate, I think, in probably about 2002, I reckon. Maybe because it was just when we signed up to the Trojan Horse ITF.
Yeah.
And there was rumblings of the 2004 World Championships, and I remember the qualifier for that was at the very beginning. That was 14th of February 2004.
Yeah, there we
That
go.
qualifier, and you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so how old would that have made us then? I would have been 23 at that point, so you would have been about...
I was 16.
When is this? 2004. 2004, I was 15.
Yeah, but I think I started coming to Yate maybe about 12 months
Yeah.
before that, so about 2003 I started coming to Yate, and that was back in the day of 3-hour Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'd do in King Edmunds, so we'd do double taekwondo class, and then we'd stay on and get absolutely annihilated afterwards.
Kick
as well.
7 shades out of each other.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was
But that, like, you know, those 3-hour Fridays helped mould us as fighters. I know me and Mike owe you so much in terms of, so, you know, we had some changes in the club.
That's right.
At the time, and some sort of key influential people to me and Mike that helped us along sort of with our sparring weren't there anymore, and you kind of whisked in and took us under your wing, and now we're here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and also as well, like, I think that, you know, that was a growing process for all of us actually, because I think that I needed at that level, you know, I was still competing, and I needed high level training partners, you know, and because of the sort of reorganisation of the school and what was going on, you know, we needed people to train with, and we're all local, so, you know, I remember we used to kind of do 3-hour Friday, and then I'd usually kind of crash here.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was good. We'd do 3-hour Friday and then come back and just have a big cook up.
Yeah.
You know, eat a whole bunch of food, and then
normally pasta.
Yeah, that's right. Just have a big cauldron of pasta. I didn't bother with plates, just eat it straight out of
the trough.
Straight out of the trough. Yeah, that's it. And then you know, on Saturday mornings as well, we properly get our fight on as well.
Yeah.
And that was good. And we had some, you know, but it was good because it started out, didn't it? It started out like just the 3 of us in a squash court in Yate, didn't it? And you know, we came a long way. And I think it's funny because none of us, if you look back to what we used to do, and like how we train now, like the level of professionalism, I think has gone up several notches. Whereas back in the day, it's like, should we hit some things? All right. We hit each other.
Right. Hit some pads and then just knock 7 chains out of each other.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then see where it goes, and then we go off to what was the pub? We go off to the pub afterwards.
Yeah,
Badminton Arms. We get a carvery for £4.50.
Happy days.
Yeah, that's right. I think Mike might have contributed to.
They made no money from us ever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
they must have seen us coming in through and going, well, that's today's profit.
That's right. Yeah, Mike comes in with a wheelbarrow instead of a wheelbarrow instead of a plate.
Yeah. But there were some fantastic times for us, and we bonded a lot and spent a lot of time with each other, and
especially in the showers. Oh, sorry.
we need to do a special with Adam Swain.
Yeah. And Adam Swain shower reunion special.
I'm really sorry. This podcast might be littered with like inside jokes. You go, I have no idea what they're talking about, but and we could tell you, but we would have to kill you. Or
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, there was some wicked times. Talking of Adam Swain, do you remember when we were doing Shark Tanks in the badminton court?
Yeah.
And I think Mike was in the middle, and Adam, like, I think Adam shouted change, and you just like turned round and went boom, psychic, and then pinned Adam's head between the wall and your foot, and then he sort of froze, eyes came out of his head, and then just slowly slid down the wall. Like, wow.
I think that was when we were training to go to Puerto Rico, wasn't it?
Mm.
And I remember like Mike was an absolute, well, still is an absolute machine. But at that point he was like full on cardio king. The purpose of a Shark Tank is obviously like knacker out the person in the middle. No one could do it. I remember we were all going in, getting our asses kicked for like 10 seconds or so. We're like, let me out. Let me. Yeah, that was brilliant. Yeah. As you say, like we trained like so hard for that trip, didn't we? You know, it was, obviously we didn't know what to expect, but you know, we were all ready to eat our own guts in for seconds at the end of that. At the end of that little stint.
We were doing rounds of pads, weren't we? On the pads, we were doing. I can't remember how much we went up to. It was about 8 rounds, was it?
Oh, we went well past
No,
that.
it was more like 12, I think.
12 rounds, freestyle pad work. And we worked each other hard as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't just place one,
Yeah,
wait a few seconds, place another. It's bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, it's
constant.
non-stop.
And Shark Tank, for anyone who's not aware, Shark Tank is basically one person in the middle for around 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes. We did 2 minutes, obviously. And facing someone fresh every kind of 10 seconds or so. With the sole purpose of just working you hard.
But if I remember right, we would do rounds on pads, bit of technique, then rounds of free sparring, then Shark Tank. Those were some pretty solid sessions, weren't they? Really,
definitely. I think they helped mold me, not just like learning the technique, learning the sparring technique, the movement and stuff like that, but just like the psychological advantages, you know, that I think, or like mental toughness. That I think was developed early on, you know, in those squash courts.
Definitely.
Smashed about by you guys, so you know, and treasure those days, and still do, and it's just a shame. Sort of things had to kind of. That's but
right.
things evolve, things change,
absolutely.
and as you say, like I mean that was years and years ago.
Yeah.
And as you say, we've become more professional. And
That's right. Yeah,
training hard.
I mean, like I think it's interesting because, like, you know, back then we trained mega hard. I would be rather reluctant to say we trained super smart.
Yeah.
You know, like looking back on it, I think that people offered us guidance and we sort of chose not to take it because when you're sort of young and training real hard, you think you know everything, don't you? And that was something that, you know, if I was going to be able to have a bit of my time again, I'd probably take that bit of advice that everybody gets and no one chooses to take, which is know when to rest. You know, resting's part of training as well. And I always took the attitude that it was kind of, if I'm not training twice a day, 6 days a week, something's wrong. You know, and I found it really hard to get out of that mentality, because even like after kind of sort of retiring, I still sort of like to train. I like to train really, really hard. You know, but things don't get better quickly anymore. You know?
And but I think that's something that speaks volumes about you. Is the fact that you retired from competition, you're still training hard, and you know, I know you could be training until you put some nails in the coffin.
Yeah, that's right.
And I know that like a lot of people find that, you know, very inspiring. And you're a big character within the kind of Puma and just national type taekwondo in the UK. Like a lot of people look up to your work ethic and try and resonate with that. How are you finding retirement?
Comes and goes, to be honest with you. Like I had a little stint out of retirement at the end of last year, and that was an eye-opening experience. I think that when we sort of started doing the kind of, well, I went to see the ITF World Championship in Benidorm.
Yeah,
and that kind of, I retired when I did because I sort of had done what I wanted to do, and I thought I can perhaps make a bit more of a difference by coaching, and I really enjoyed that, and I got on well with coaching, and I don't know, I just don't think I'm not sure, but retirement has not been easy because I say I'm retired. I still do like competitions now and again.
Yeah.
One of the things I find though is like I try and find. I felt like it was my duty to do competition. I was trying to find some. You know, I was like, okay, so I've been well trained. I'm trying to lead by example. I do some competing, and then like afterwards, when I sort of retired, I thought, I still need to do bits now and again to try and either help promote the organisation or do it for fun, like things like team competition.
Yeah.
Like I love team tournaments, and I don't think people do enough of them.
Yeah.
Actually, and mainly for fun.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I get beaten all the time in point stop. I hate losing. I absolutely hate losing, and getting beaten in point stop, which is usually like a thing that happens in team tournaments. You know, but it's great fun because you see some weird teams, some weird results come out, and you know, like that's really really good fun. And you know, I still really really enjoy training as well, like all kinds of training, whatever it is. You know, whether it's taekwondo or any other martial art, or just keeping in shape. That's I really enjoy that, and so retire from competition is okay. I appreciate I haven't really answered your question.
No.
But you know, like you know, it's you know, I think there comes a point, you know, when you've got to go. Do you know what, Dave? It's time to realise you're not in your like 20s anymore. And you know, when I got beaten by Dylan Fitzgibbon last year, you know. He's only 20 years old, and you know probably yet to reach his prime, and I'm sort of pushing my mid-30s. And I thought it's no shame to lose. You know, don't the guy. You know, he's world champion. You know, getting, and then here's me in my mid-30s still thinking I still got it. You know, just go out gracefully. You know, but it's okay. You know, I still like well, like I said, I mean, I still like to think, you know, I can give people at least I can give them a good bash. You know, like when Ollie, who I used to train with back in the day, like an old kind of mentor of mine who inspired me to do a lot of the stuff that I've done. He always used to say, "Oh, you know, I'm not competitive internationally." Like that's what he would say about himself. He said, "Oh, I'm not competitive, but you know, I get stuck in, give people a good bash, and then that way maybe I can help them." And that's one of the things I like to be able to do as well as kind of coaching people. I like to get the pads on with guys like yourselves, and you know, whoever wants training really. You know, if they just need like a sparring partner with a bit of experience who don't mind getting bashed around a little bit, and you know, can offer something, then you know, what I don't want to do is to kind of be sort of, you know, just kind of sit there and go, well, do this, do that. I want to be able to at least still be able to do some stuff physically.
Oh,
yeah. And if I can provide some help, then that's what I like as well. You know?
Well, I think if that's your goal or your aim, then you're definitely doing that. Still have some fantastic rounds with you. But we didn't get any in this morning.
No, but I think that was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, like I think like where I'm not kind of used to fighting in a ring. You know, there's always an element of uncertainty, and I think, you know, that's when someone picks up an injury, and so close to your fight this weekend, you know, that's probably not the way to go. Not implying that I have the capability to injure you, but like, you know,
we all know you do.
But accidents happen, don't they? So you know, and that's what I wanted to be. Well, that's when I fought that other lad as well. I didn't know, you know, he gave me a good old pasting as well, but like I didn't know that he was also fighting the next weekend as well. So you know, but I think touch wood, we both came away with nothing other than cosmetic injuries. So I'm happy with that. I've got a little bit of little bit of a problem with my jaw now.
Yeah.
But that's the risk you take.
Yeah.
Also, as well, I think to be able to be a good teacher, you need to have like a range of experiences as well.
Yeah.
And you need to have some degree of understanding. A lot of people like knock something. They say don't knock it till you tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm quite keen to sort of try something before I knock it. I guess the martial art world is a real good one because it's growing really well, and I think the kind of borders from one martial art into another becomes quite grey sometimes. But that's why you just need to be like a bit open-minded and forward-thinking and go, actually, do you know what? I've never done kickboxing to a mega high level, right? But it doesn't mean to say I'm not going to try kickboxing just because I'm alright at taekwondo. I'm going to stay inside my little bubble. I had some Thai boxing fights when I was a lot younger. Got KO'd first round in both of them. But it's something that I learned from, and if someone were to say, "What's your advice on Thai boxing?" now, I would be able to
keep your hands up.
Yeah, learn to block with your legs. All right. Yeah, but I would also say, well, you've got to know your own limitations as well. And I would say, look, my advice would be find a coach who can do the right thing for you and has got your best interest at heart, and find what you're looking for as well. Like I dabbled in some other martial arts. Some more than others. I got good at some more than others. But
little do people know you've got a black belt in judo.
That's right, yeah. But it comes full circle as well because I don't practice many other martial arts now, but it makes your taekwondo better.
Yeah.
Not just like sparring, but all the other aspects of your game. The things that are required to make a good fighter, understanding of things like distance, range, timing, position, strategy, things like that. Doing other combat sports. I suppose doing other sports actually doesn't have to be combat sports. Yeah, they provide a good a useful range of skills that you can then use to help teach people. And also as instructors, because we all teach. You'll get students who will pose you really some quite random questions, and having a bit of knowledge from other bits and pieces will that'll help you furnish people with the answers as well.
Yeah,
in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, most definitely, definitely. Yeah, for me, like, obviously, taekwondo is my my platform, my number one. But I want to be like a good martial artist in general, and if I go to the floor, have some idea of what's happening to me, etc. If I'm getting a hit thrown, understand what's happening. I think even if you can just get to the point you can understand the way in which you are being beaten up.
Definitely.
You got more of a chance to defend yourself and stuff like that. Because your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is quite tidy as well.
Yeah, it's all right for someone who doesn't train as much as they'd like to. It's okay. I mean, I think when I was a lot younger, I used to train all the time, and I got really, really good on the ground. And this was before Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu schools existed in this country, as well. And yeah, that's right. And it was okay. But the thing is, just drilling good basics serves you well, and that's quite good. And you get to the point where you know enough. If you end up on the floor against someone who doesn't really know anything, then you're going to be all right. If you end up on the floor with someone who knows something, then you need to get out and find a different place, a place to be. But to get an understanding of just doing something different, like you said, if you just know how you're going to get beaten up, it's it's an experience, isn't it? If someone, if you get punched in the face because your hands are down, the answer is quite simple, isn't it? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, wicked. Yeah, most definitely. So, obviously, you've done a lot in your career. I mean, you've been training 25. No, more than that.
I started in 1988, so
the year before I was born.
So 27 years.
27 years.
Yeah, 27 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What can you pick out some highlights from those 27 years?
Yeah, most definitely. I'll start with a funny one.
Mm.
Like my earliest memory of Taekwondo was it started at Freshbrook Community Centre.
Mm-hmm.
I used to wear a Mickey Mouse tracksuit. Little blue Mickey Mouse tracksuit.
Rocking it.
Because I think it's important that, you know, when you get new beginners coming to a school, they see like, you know, black belts like us, you know, we can't, like, we see each other as, you know, it's Davis, Phil, Mike, you know, whatever. But then, you know, if you're a new beginner to a school or something like that, and you kind of go, see these guys, you know, we're not small guys, and we've got moves, and they must go, oh man, what am I getting myself into? But everybody started somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, even the most deadly masters in the world, you know, couldn't put one foot in front of the other, and you know, they were kind of punching like that or whatever. You know, everybody had to start somewhere, and you know, like, so my earliest memory, and I think that keeps you quite humble as well, because you sort of think, this is what I was like when I started, and I need to remember what it's like. Yeah, I mean, I've got some other great highlights, like when like the first World Taekwondo Championship I did in South Korea. That was a real eye-opening experience, because up until that point we'd been, you know, I'd never really worked in a ITF type system. I fought in like a handful of competitions and fighting, you know, seeing some people from around the world was really good, and that was like the first kind of step through a door, because I would see these people again, and I still see them now, and it's really, really nice, because it's sort of, you know, Taekwondo is more than just beating each other up at competition. You know, you kind of meet people all over the place, and you know, you say hello, and you know, you still see them now, and that's for me, that's part of what it's about as well. It's just like having like a good friendship with people, you know. You know, Puerto Rico 2009 as well. You know, that was good for a different reason, because even though, you know, the competition wasn't quite what we expected it to be, it was really good, because at the time, like I said, you could have put us in our team. You could have put us in against, I don't know, like any team in the world. And I'm not saying that we would have won, but you know, they would have had to have provided something really, really powerful to stop us at that point. You know, I think that's when I was kind of at the apex of my powers then, and you guys were just starting to tap into your potential. Because if we were to take me from then and you guys from now, you know, that would, I think again that would have taken something very, very special to stop us. Yeah, but also as well, you know, the kind of, you know, that was my sort of official retirement, and I thought, what a way to go, because I won a whole bunch of stuff that weekend. I was only just disappointed that I didn't do the team pattern as well, because then that would have been like gold in everything. But again, you know, it was nice because of where we got to a point where we ended, where I ended my career there with a great team victory, with a team I would, you know, who I would want to be in a foxhole with most definitely. You know, and that was really something very special, and all the kind things and all the nice things people said to me and about me afterwards has really, you know, made it really, really special. And I think I probably did too, you know. But you know, and I just remember the level of professionalism that we took. Because I remember that time we were all sat in our hotel room, you know, and I think someone said to us, "Oh, you know, we've got the Caribbean, you know, nice sea, nice beaches. You know, we could almost be on holiday." Do you remember that? And I remember when we were on our own, I said, "I came here to do a job, boys." You know, and you were like, you guys were exactly the same. Like, I'm on holiday when the work's done. You know, I come here to show the world, whoever's eyes are on us. You know, if you want to, you know, this is what you're facing. You know, don't get me wrong, it would be approachable and have a good time and a good laugh afterwards, but you know, we take the competition real seriously. You know, and I think that was when, you know, even though, as I referred to earlier, our training methods might have been a little bit agricultural. You know,
nice.
You know, our will to succeed was, you know, we were all. And we always said, didn't we, you know, when you fight one of us, you don't just fight the one of us, you have to fight all three of us. And that was something that always made me feel real tough. And do you remember the time we did that Battle of Britain when you were in Kenya?
Yeah.
And, you know, and we were fighting, and you kind of came in at the last minute, like sprinting in through the doors. Right, pads on, right, straight in, off we go.
I'm in the lads, let's go.
That's right, but do you remember there was that point where, you know, where we were kind of 2 fights down, and it was down to us in the last 3 fights.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, as long as us 3 are together, we cannot lose.
Yeah.
And we didn't lose. We went out there and we got stuck in and we pulled it back and turned it round. And that, you know, and it was doing things that, and you know, I was really sad to see that go, you know, but at the same time, you know, it had to win. But a couple of other highlights was getting promoted to 5th degree. That was a real humbling experience, and again, all the, you know, the appreciation and what the kind things people said to me was you know, really, really good. But I think one of the things I'm most proud of is the work I've done with Master Gael in Ghana. Yeah. And obviously you've been that, and I'm sure, Mike, you'll get out there at some point as well. And that's really, really interesting. And if anyone needs to know more about it, I will happily talk the hind legs off the donkey about Ghana, because it was just such a great trip. And I've been like a few times, and the difference that you make. I mean, yeah, you can kind of, you know, you can send money and kit and stuff out there, but actually physically going there and seeing what it's like is really, like, to me, that's been really special. And I remember the last time I was there, we were teaching the police, you know, on a parade ground in the middle of the day in the hot Ghanaian sun, as you know what that's like. You know, 400 police recruits, 400 recruits, 10 instructors. You know, and they said, right, go teach. And they said, Dave, can you do a warm-up, please? We really need to do a warm-up. Yeah. And then,
okay.
Right, okay, I'm done. Yeah, do some rising kicks. Right, done with that. Yeah, but
2 star jobs, go.
Yeah. And then, like, a couple of days later, we taught, you know, what they would call like their special unit, which was, I guess, I think they were the equivalent of our sort of like riot police,
right?
And you know, we turned up, and there were kind of about 40 odd guys with machine guns. And they said, okay, right, how do you teach these guys self-defense?
Yeah.
You know, it was
just pull that trigger,
just
to be honest.
Yeah. But I mean, and it was a real serious business, because when you teach self-defense, teaching self-defense is a serious business anyway. But when you teach to a civilian, I guess they have the option to avoid trouble, you know. But when you teach someone who is their job to get in harm's way, you know, the layer of responsibility becomes added, and that was really good, because it was real effective, simple stuff, and the good thing was they loved it as well, and they got really stuck in. And you'll never meet a hard working bunch of people as well who are really prepared to get stuck in. Do you know what? I could talk for ages about all of my Taekwondo highlights. Every class is a highlight. You know, I still get a buzz out of going to class. Even if you spend a class just doing rising kicks or just doing chonji, just because some of it's about the technique, but you know, it's just being around the people that you've come to know for so long. You know, like I know people from Taekwondo. You know, there's nobody left in my class from when I first started, but there's still people in the class who've been training for a real long time. And you know, it's the same in Yate as well. We have people that have been training for a real long time. They're almost like part of the furniture, and not seeing those people day in and day out, you know, it make your week makes your week go a little bit more slowly. And for me, like, just being there day in, day out, just doing the classes, you know, getting your dobok on, getting your belt on, getting stuck in, and whether that's, you know, training with a bunch of high level seniors, like, you know, learning how rubbish your patterns really are, or whether it's kind of getting stuck in and doing, you know, 3-step sparring or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Like, it's real good every time I do it. It's a highlight for me.
Yeah, I think there's something that, like, obviously, as Taekwondo gets older, more and more people are now finding themselves in that situation. But where we, you know, all 3 of us have been in it since we were little kids and grown up with and it's, you know, moulded all 3 of us to into, you know, the adults that we supposedly are now.
Definitely. I mean, also as well, like, I'm not saying that, you know, because of the Taekwondo training that we've had, you know, you don't make mistakes, like everyone, you know, but it's having that kind of, you know, awareness or whatever to identify where you've gone wrong and try and, you know, try and put it right, you know. You know, have to takes a while for your injuries and stuff to heal up. But that's something that I think's
I
really
agree with you 100%. I think that's one of the biggest things that martial arts can do is kill the ego, because you're constantly being tested, whether it's or criticised as well. Whether it's your patterns or your sparring. Like the sparring, is really obvious. Like you're getting kicked and punched in the face. Like those are your mistakes. Like there's no faking it in martial arts. Like you can either do a good pattern or you can't. And whatever level you are at, there's always somebody better, and that's not really important. But there are always things to improve on. There are always and that constant reality check, and having to sort of question yourself, question your technique. I think is a good platform to do that with, psychologically and with your relationships and stuff like that, and is to kill your ego and think, look for the mistakes and try and resurrect them, just like, your walking stance is half an inch too wide, etc. And you work to get that stance correct, and I think you can mirror that by saying, okay, I wasn't 100% polite to, your girlfriend, wife, partner, boyfriend, cat, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm always polite to
We're always polite to the cat,
yeah.
We stand up when he comes in the room.
Having that constant check, you think, okay, you know what, I can always improve, and I think martial arts definitely helps you along that process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is just stay humble, really. I mean, you can, obviously you're an awesome martial artist, but you can tell that you're always trying to improve yourself as a person. You can see, clocks ticking sometimes when you made a little mistake or something like that, and you can always take a step back and just think, and you're always quick to apologise or anything. Not that you have much to apologise for, but you're
always analysing.
Always analysing, yourself as a person, not just as a martial artist.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people appreciate the most about you, is the fact that actually, the majority of people that have done what you have done and achieved what you have done, it would be so easy, and almost couldn't blame you if you were egotistical or big-headed and stuff like that. And the fact that you remain A, humble, and B, so committed as well to Masago and to Puma and to Taekwondo and the people you train with, even after retirement. I think it's really easy to kind of, when people hang the gloves out and go, right, sound, I've had enough of that for a bit, see you in 6 months, where that didn't really happen with you. You're still in class all the time, still training really hard, just still an awesome fighter. And I think that shows, and I think a lot of people appreciate it. So
it means a lot to me that to be appreciated as well, and I'm really glad. And also as well, one of the things that I said when I got promoted to 5th degree is that I get it's my privilege to wear the belt, but the belt, it doesn't really belong to me. It's sort of, I have a duty to the organisation and to the people that I serve. And Master Gale says this quite often, that he is humbled to serve, and I believe that it's my duty to serve the organisation and to serve the martial arts community, and that's something that is really.
Can I have another cup of tea? Sorry, that was such a beautiful poetic moment that I ruined with a really bad joke.
That's quite right. Sometimes I do tend to kind of go on sort of crazy philosophical rants. But and also as well, the thing is, I wouldn't be who I am, and I wouldn't have done the things I've done without the support of the people around me. And that goes from obviously Master Gale, Master Osborne, and the leaders of our organisation, and those that have inspired us in what they've both done and said, and all the other kind of teachers and training partners. People that are prepared to just go, "Gonna hold pads for you." And that's a good thing. When I was training at the end of last year, my training partner in swimming, Chris, like he said, you know what, like we train together a lot, but it's going to be about you now. Like and fair play to him. He got up sort of 5:30 in the morning, would come meet me at the gym, do work for me, just hold pads, shout at me, keep time for me.
There's a 5:30 in the morning.
Apparently so. yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So, but then also you've got like the other people around you. I mean, it's from being a kid, growing up as a kid, there was no, and also from teaching children as well. The children with the most supportive parents tend to be the ones that succeed the best. And I've been really, really lucky that my mum and dad were really, really supportive of me. And
hi, Pam.
Hi, mum. They were really, really supportive of me, and they obviously made a lot of personal sacrifice to help me do what I did. And also as well, as a kid, you can be a right pain. Well, don't we go taekwondo? I want to go play football with my mates. And Dave, your mates will still be there. And they push you to do it, and it would be very easy to just go, all right, then, that's fine, because I don't have to take taekwondo now. I can do whatever I want. But they really went. They take you to places. They take you squad training. They take you gradings, take you to competitions. All of these things that, as a kid, you take for granted. And and having supportive people around you, having good instructors as well. But then when you start to become responsible for your own training as well, when you become, as you grow up and you are, you become a sort of teenager and you become aware of what you're doing. When you're a kid, you kind of go to class because mum tells you to go to class. Well, that's how it worked for me. I couldn't even pronounce taekwondo when I first started doing it. I didn't know what it was. Matthew Emanuel did it down the street. So his mum said, "Why don't Dave do taekwondo?" So, I didn't know that from anything else. And then later on though, when you get a bit older, you start to know and understand what you're doing. And I mean, you've got to say fair play like to those that teach children and the level of quality of juniors that we produce, not just in like kind of their physical capabilities, but in terms of their maturity in young people. It is, I don't, looking back when I was that young, I don't really think I had that. And maybe I only see the juniors that we teach, now and again. I see, and I'm sure they have their moments as teenagers do. But I just remember, I just sort of think, wow, I probably was not that mature. When I was their age, and that's something that really continues to impress me as well, is the attitude shown by young people who have the benefit of good teachers and supportive parents, and that kind of willingness to learn as well. And that's something that, for me, really makes taekwondo is a really useful thing to see. You see juniors doing well. I've kind of digressed from your original question there. I'm not really sure where that started.
Question?
Yeah, well, we're talking about 5 o'clock in the morning, or
5 o'clock in the morning.
But I think that that's. We're talking about kind of sort of things that inspire you, or I know that's a question Master Osborne likes to ask a lot about, and you can see it. You can see it in people around you if you come to taekwondo class. You want to kind of be an inspiration to people, and you can start doing that from any age or grade, as long as you've got the right attitude and the right people around you. And it's good because it provides such a big positive influence. There's positivity everywhere.
Definitely. Yeah. I think that's the overriding theme. Definitely is, and that's why where say I'm like promoting my school and stuff like that, and people kind of say like, what do you have to offer over judo or whatever? Okay, nothing more. It's exactly the same. It's a moral structure with a good support network, and as you say, as you sort of gone in, it's about the people that are around you, the support network, and the quality of the teaching. Doesn't really matter whether you're teaching a kick, a punch, or a throw, or a triangle, or whatever it is. If the teacher has good quality and good technique, and you've got a good support network, and there's a good community feel about it, then it doesn't matter if you're doing judo,
absolutely,
jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, whatever.
Yeah.
But we're just very lucky that we fell into what we did.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I think we all have we benefit from having Master Gale as our sort of our teacher and leader, and he's always very forward thinking, and always full of really helpful ideas as well, and
Definitely.
and
occasionally we listen.
That's right. Yeah, and the thing is, he never tires of us ignoring. Well, not ignoring, but failing to follow his really wise advice. He's always and he never kind of goes, "Oh, I told you so." He was always like, "Well, maybe next time I'll try it, and try it differently, or whatever." And he shows us infinite patience when he can see something coming. And he goes, "Dave, that's probably not going to end well." I'm like, "No, it'll be fine, sir." And then
come back.
Then when it doesn't end well,
you were probably
sorry, sir. You're right.
Most definitely. But yeah, that's some things you do have to kind of learn on your own. Absolutely. I guess. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. I think that's a good time to.
Should we wrap it up? Before we wrap it up, I read some of the comments in the kind of preview to this, and this one I have to answer Mr. Bishop's question.
I was going to throw it out there before we left.
Yeah. Okay. So the answer is no. He doesn't. Chuck Norris does not sleep. He waits.
Yeah. Mr. Pixton is quite famous for his Chuck Norris facts and knowledge and information. I mean, he's got a fifth dan in Taekwondo and a fifth dan in Chuck Norris facts. I think as a small anecdote, I hope you don't mind me saying that. Mr. Pixton ruptured my spleen, and
now you want vengeance.
It was all a ruse, just pin it down. 9 years later, I got him.
Just call the ambulance now, and I'll take it like a man. Yeah. Okay.
No, and I was in the hospital, and you lovingly came in with some presents, and it was lovely to see you, and it was about the time of you were kind of before the bandwagon kind of hit, you were straight on the Chuck Norris facts in case obviously I hadn't heard of them before, and you started reeling off these Chuck Norris facts, and I was doubled over in pain. I was it was kind of that don't stop, but please do stop. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that's right. And it's amazing now how many people don't know who Chuck Norris is. How many people don't know who Bruce is? As well, like I said in class the other day,
Bruce Forsyth.
Legendary martial artist.
Bruce Forsyth. Gotta go. All right, okay, give me some quotes from Bruce then. Go. Okay. Who's Bruce? Get out.
God.
Yeah, I know, it's all about Power Rangers these days. It's not even about Power Rangers.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Michael Bay. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for having me, chaps. It's been really nice to catch up. Yeah.
Thank you for giving up your Sunday morning to come and chat to us again. It's been nice. It's nice catching up and training.
Incidentally, our Sunday morning consists of an hour of training first, and then come to talk.
Oh yeah.
So that's what it's about. Sunday morning is the best time for training.
Definitely.
Don't worry about walking the dog, spending time with your family.
Kick and punch.
Yeah. Family that kicks together sticks together.
Amen.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll wish through them really quickly, same as each week. Big shout out Super Fight Series. Check out their website and Facebook for details. And big shout out actually to Mr. Sabazic, Mr. Palcic, and Mr. Tate, who is the ISKA kickboxing world champion. All three of them are coming down to watch me next on Saturday. No pressure. Along with Mr. Zach Espy, heavyweight Taekwondo world champion. So I'm going to have more talent sat on my table than will be fighting in the ring, I think. At this rate, but no, it's an honour and a pleasure to have them coming down and watching, and hopefully hook up with you afterwards.
Yeah, indeed,
etc. and have a good night. So yeah, Super Fight Series, check them out. snapmehappy.co.uk. An event photographers. So if you're having a tournament, seminar, whatever, they will come down for free most of the time. They do some fantastic photos. And they've got green screen, and they can put stuff in the background. They can design the photos for you. They can. They don't need to edit anything from your beautiful face.
Well, like I said, maybe that's the thing they could edit.
Maybe they could Photoshop your head onto Bruce Forsyth's body.
maybe just Bruce Forsyth's chin.
Just put the green screen.
If chins could kill. Yeah.
No, but and the gentleman that runs it has martial arts experience. He knows what he's looking for. He takes some fantastic shots. I put some up on the Facebook page. I'll put some more up at some point. But if you go onto the website, just fill in the inquiry form. They'll get back to you asking you about the time of the event, etc. Please put that you heard of them through Talk TKD. It'd be much appreciated. And last but not least, True Warrior. warriorforlife.com. They've got some fantastic gloves, dough box, sparring equipment, pads, etc. It's all awesome stuff. Some great colours. The head guard's really cool for kickboxing and stuff like that. That comes over the cheek and stuff like that. It's wicked. I use it all the time. So big shout out to them and Mr JDS. Well done to all the England team guys that did the Unified ITF World Championships.
And the ITF Union.
Oh, is that a different one, is it?
Yeah.
And they had the World Championships as well, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, right, cool.
Well done.
Yeah, all the ITFs that there are. Well done. But maybe let's just. Everyone do me a favour. Nobody else make another ITF. It would be grand. If you want to do your own thing, perfect. Just don't call it the ITF. Anyway, that's another episode. That's another tangent. Anyway, another massive thank you, Mr.
My
Pixton.
pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and peace. Taekwondo.
Taekwondo.
Ciao.